As you can you kind of describe as much as you can remember your first cast or your first fishing experience?
Oh, that's pretty easy. My first fishing experience, and I don't remember exactly what I did that day, but my dad took me ice fishing, and I was 3 years old. And the thing that I remember about that is we went out on the ice, and this was in Michigan, and I really didn't fish at all, but my dad was out there fishing, and I was basically just running around and looking at all the guys that were out there, and looking at it was bluegill fishing, and looking at the bluegills that they had laying on the ice by their holes, kicking ice in the holes and stuff like that. I was a pretty high-strung kid, but all kids love water. We're all drawn to it, and to me it was a great experience. And I really have to thank my dad because he was patient enough to continue to keep taking me out there and taking me fishing and teach me how to get started at it, and I turned it into a career.
Obviously, that was the next thing. We know that it's impacted your life so much that that's what you do for a living. How did that impact your relationship with other people and other people in the sport of fishing, and even the person that introduced you to the sport?
I think that all of us, really all the competitive professional anglers are very passionate about it. It's something that you are born with, that innate ability to just truly love to be on the water. I mean, on my day off, I'd love to be fishing. And it's something, when I was growing up, all I wanted to do was fish. During the summer, when I wasn't in school, I'd ride my bike to a trout stream or to a pond or to a lake and fish. I mean, that's just what I did. And I didn't have to get asked to go or anything like that. It's what I wanted to do every single day, and that's the kind of passion that I think most of these professionals have, is because you have to. At this level, if you don't love it, you're not going to be out here.
What kind of message would you give a parent that's never taken their children fishing, and why would that be so important?
To me, it's a great family experience. I mean, you don't have to be just a child to enjoy it. I mean, anybody who's never fished before, whether they're a man, a woman, they're 3 years old, 6 years old, 20 years old, or 70 years old, people love to fish. They're drawn to water, and there's something about it that's very soothing. I do it competitively, but a lot of people do it for relaxation. And so I urge anybody, if they've never experienced fishing and you love to fish, and you know somebody that's never fished, take them fishing, because it's a great way to learn more about that person, and people enjoy it. I mean, it's just, how can you not have fun on the water? You don't always even have to catch fish to make it fun.
Other than your dad, who was an influence on you in fishing, who in history would you enjoy spending a day in the boat with?
Well, growing up, I got into fishing pretty early, and I started competing in tournaments when I was 14. But I really was drawn to competitive fishing through television. And the first show that I ever watched, that I really watched a lot, was Virgil Ward and championship fishing. And Virgil's passed away, but I learned so much from that show. It taught me my favorite love, which is spinnerbait fishing. I've watched him catch bass on a Bass Buster beetle spin, and I threw them, and I caught the fire out of them when I was a kid on it. So I really watched that show, and then from there it blossomed into watching, Bill Dance and Roland Martin and Hank Parker and the Bassmasters, and then I started, following the competition in Bassmaster magazine and things like that. So it was really pretty special.
That's pretty neat. It's a good time. I know some of your favorites, maybe top 5 favorite things, favorite places to fish,